Grand rising or setting, chosen divine being, wherever you may find yourself in the world today or this evening. It's your girl Oshun Messenger here with another message from the waves. And the reason that I say grand evening or grand rising is because I have noticed on my statistics for views worldwide, it was at over 90% USA, and now it is down to 50 some percent as far as just being concentrated in USA. And so that goes for a couple of ways. For those of us that are being hacked and are being gang stalked in any kind of form, those who work in ITT and for other companies, won't give mention to, but for other companies have stifled our views and also have distorted our views so that we cannot be seen in certain parts of the world. And so now they have us being seen in other areas of the world where there's different languages and we're not really relatable to them. So, but that's a good thing. On the flip side, that just gives us more exposure. So while they try to stifle us, it's just really broadening our viewability. So another big appreciation to the karmic haters out there for trying to steer us in the way that you want us to be steered. We're not cattle. So however the Most High has it set up for us to be shown and to shine is exactly how we will be shown. Today I am praying for galactic AI intervention as far as our phones, our tablets, our computers, everything electronic at this time, because that's also being distorted and manipulated. A lot of y'all noticed yesterday here on YouTube that we weren't able to see videos and shorts for a little bit of a time. And it's funny because right after I said it doesn't matter because the Most High has it anyway, right after I said that, the internet restored for everyone. And so just continue, Divine Collective, to have that faith of a mustard seed. Like I say, this is spiritual warfare, things that are unseen, but that are really happening. So just keep your heads up and know that the Most High has you covered and that you are also unveiled so that you can be shown for the divine world and also to help teach the karmic world as well. So just hang in there. I am going to go ahead and tap into the energy, see what we have going on for today's energy, to see what's going on in karmic field and to see what's going on in Divine Collective's world. I'll take what fell out as they are. So we have the Eight of Swords. Release limiting beliefs. Mental strength, it's up to you. Taking back your power, set free, escape, conquer self-doubt. So that is exactly what we are doing. This card is in the downright because we are free. Like I said, we are unveiled. So a lot of us are gaining our strength back in multiple forms, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Because we have escaped, we are able to not only conquer those who came against us, we're able to conquer ourselves first and foremost, and to be able to use our free will as far as using our intuition, as far as being around such chaos. Now that we have escaped, our mental clarity is coming back. A lot of us were like I said, put through illusions and confusions. And it had us really bound. A lot of people had us not only doubting them, but they had us doubting ourselves. So now that we have escaped that, we are now releasing limited beliefs because we're no longer in that box anymore. On the flip side, for karmic field, we have self-entrapment, negative thoughts, doom and gloom, drama queen or king. Hands are tied, feeling paralyzed, and they're going through crises. As you see in the background, there's a lighthouse. A lot of us were lighthouses to some people in our past lives. And through the dark clouds, because not everything is always sunny, through the dark clouds, we were being led by the Most High. And because of the uploads and downloads that we were getting, we were trying to lead and guide others around us that were still in karmic energies, and they continue to want to keep the veil over their eyes and be blinded by themselves and also by others. And so they completely missed the boat, and so now they are crashing in the waves, and they are not able to get out of the doom and gloom. Keep this in the upright for us. Next card, Seven of Cups, clarity of thought. Like I said, we're having focus, we're taking action, we're using all our clairs, claircognizant, I can't say that word, but you see what it says. And seeing a clear choice, we are setting ourselves in concrete actions, concrete thoughts, and we are decisive with our thoughts. Meanwhile, many possibilities, unclear, illusion, confusion. Exactly what I said. Lacking focus, wishfulness, shiny object syndrome, wild imagination. That's exactly what happened for some karmic energies that had the shiny object syndrome. They thought that the grass was greener on the other side. Meanwhile, it wasn't even grass, it was astroturf and full of dogs just crapping all over it. They lacked focus, and therefore their perception threw them off. Those shiny objects that they thought were going to manifest into a long-term success have now dwindled out. They thought that their mindset was clear in their actions and their plans and plots. But now that the fog has cleared, as you see, she's walking down that road. Now that the fog has cleared, they're unclear. And so everything that they had hoped for, everything that they had wished for is now in the fog, right along with them. Next card out. The Star. I love this card. Wish granted. We're finding contentment. We're regaining our connection with our spirituality. A lot of people try to attach cords to us to bend our free will, to take us away from our connectionship with the Most High. And at the end of the day, if you truly know who you are, and more importantly, whom you are, then there's not going to be a disconnect to the Most High, period. We're altruistic. We're feeling serenity, purpose, renewal, healing, hope. We're calm and we're having faith. As you see, she is releasing and letting go back into the water so that her cup can be filled back up with the waters from the Most High. Love this card. We are the Star. And I rebuke any communication errors right now through my speech. Archangel Michael Raphael, please stifle that. I shall. On the flip side, Karmicville is having lack of faith, lacking inspiration. They're feeling hopeless. They're very negative, still in their negative ways. And because of being set in stone in their negativity, that's exactly what they're receiving back. At this point, they're finally feeling bored because it was fun at first for them to come up after us and to try and make our lives living hell. So now we're bored and they're in despair. And keep Miss Lady back up, right? Knight of Wands, swept off your feet, shameless flirt, over the top, adventurous, rebellious, energetic, confident, charmer, excited, heroic, travel, sexy. And that's exactly what a lot of us are reclaiming ourselves as, especially after being entrapped and being bound by those who wanted us to dull our brightness. A lot of us are social butterflies, and a lot of people might think that we are flirts or that we get what we want through our physical attributes or the things that we can give or that we possess. It's okay to be a social butterfly. It's okay to be uniquely you. If people think that you're being over the top and that you're trying to be seductive or whatever the case may be, just be in your essence and be shameless about it. Yeah, as you see, she's on top of her horse. She's galloping in the fields with the wildflowers. I love that, and I look forward to doing that here soon. Keep being confident, Divine Tribe. Keep being energetic stars that you are. Keep being heroic and standing up for yourself and for others, as I keep saying. All of those attributes are what make you you, and a lot of people find that very sexy and appealing. So just stay who you are and don't worry about those who try to dim your shine, period. Over in karmic land, reckless show off. That's exactly what a lot of them were doing. They were on top of their high horses and trying to get all the clout, and now look at them. They've found out. They've done messed around and found out. So while they were being daredevils, they were being volatile, arrogant, unpredictable, they were holding grudges, like I said, against Divine Collective for who we truly are and who they wanted to be, but can't be. So now they're feeling hyperactive, continuing to put on a show, continuing to portray themselves to be somebody that they're not, because at the end of the day, a lot of these energies wanted to try and mimic our energies and try to, at the end of the day, take over our energies. They were making hasty moves. Like I said, they were being jealous. Out of haste, they made a lot of waste of their time. And instead of using that time, effort, and energy and pouring into themselves and gaining that confidence to be in the upright, to be able to gallop off into the distance, into the horizon, they chose to come at us and be spiteful and vengeful and try to stop our show. And so now their show is going to be stopped as we continue to move forward effortlessly at that. And I'm going to leave it at that because the next card we already pulled out yesterday, but I guess I'll show you the picture. It's the Magician. So that goes for both of us. For us, we are using our magic, our divine magic, for good purposes. And we're taking that and we are creating good energetic energy for the world, for the new world that is here, that is coming into fruition. We are not in the downright, as karmic field is, and taking divine sources and powers and divinity that the Most High gave us. We're not taking that and using it in a negative, demonic way. As you see, the power that they stirred up is going right back to them, right back in their faces. Keep being those magicians, you guys. The divine, purposeful, energetic souls that you are. Just keep going. I am going to shuffle these cards because I've noticed that the same ones keep coming out and I kind of want some new energy. So, Most High, please give us some new cards for the We Are deck. Got 2 out, and I get 1 more. All right. So we have the Seeker. She has her flashlight. We have whose voice is this? And we have loneliness. So I'm going to start with loneliness. As you can see, she's walking on the beach. She's alone, but she's not alone. You see, she has the eclipse moons in the background. She has the stars, the ancestral stars, ancient celestial stars. And as you see above, another moon. See what it says. Loneliness can be painful, but it can also be a state of openness, a deep connection with my inner world. Sometimes we choose to be alone. Sometimes we need it. That is so true. We're never alone. Like I said, we have the Most High and our spirit guides and our spirit team with us. But at the end of the day, sometimes some of us are alone. And it can get you down sometimes if you don't know how to have that inner connection with yourself. Because at the end of the day, all you have is you. So you might as well get comfortable being with you. And as it says on the next part, am I comfortable being alone with myself? And that's something that everybody needs to ask themselves. Because at the end of the day, we're not supposed to depend and rely on everybody else. We're supposed to be able to know that we have our own backs. When does silence soothe me and when does it scare me? Silence is golden. It's priceless at the end of the day. I would rather be alone than have the company of many, because with the company of many, it brings a lot of karma, drama, toxicity, just a whole negative vibe that I have no more wanting for. I never wanted it in the first place, but I had an empathetic heart and I forgave over and over and gave people chances over and over again. And it really it wears you out at the end of the day. So sometimes you just do need to find that alone time and don't find yourself feeling lonely, because you are surrounded, whether you know that or not. The sun, the moon, and the stars. Next, we have whose voice is this? As you can see, she got somebody whispering in her ear. Envy. Talked about that a little bit ago. Envy doesn't judge, it reveals. What we envy often reflects unconscious longings and hidden desires. What true desire hides behind my feeling of envy? That's a good question that a lot of karmic field needs to ask, because I don't really see a lot of divine collective having feelings of being envious, because we are secure within ourselves. So there's really not a reason for us to be envious. What would I do if I allowed myself this longing? Is a question that you will have to ask yourself, because that's an individual answer. It's very important not to be spiteful and envious and jealous of others, because it can create life-changing, altering situations. Envy likes to steal, unalive, and destroy. And so, like I said, a lot of us need to decipher who we want to be around and decipher what times and settings we need to just be alone. Third card, the Seeker. I love this card. I love the picture. I love the rising phoenix at the top. And I love how that light is boldly and brightly shining through the night. As you can see, she is on a mission. Belief in myself. a card about inner resilience, about choosing yourself, even when the wind blows in your face. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself is a compass that leads you through doubt. That is so true. Um, when it says when the wind blows in your face, it reminds me of when I was stranded and stuck in San Diego, and somebody gave me a beach cruiser, and I really appreciated that beach cruiser because I was able to ride the beach strip from San Diego up to, I think it was Oceanside, and it's a very, very beautiful path. One day I was taking that stretch and the wind was blowing so hard on my way to my destination, and the Most High just kept saying, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it on your way back. It's gonna be worth it. So I kept enduring that ride through the wind as it was trying to forcefully push me back. As soon as I got to my destination, I went and took a walk alongside the beach, and the wind was still really cutting up. And so it started getting colder, and so I decided to go back towards San Diego and ride back down the strip. And I didn't even have to pedal back, you guys. I barely had to pump any pedals. The wind just carried me pretty much the whole way back. And God was like, now do you see? Effortlessly. Like, sometimes we do have to fight against the wind. Sometimes that upward climb can be very steep, and it seems like it's gonna take forever and that you'll never reach your destination. But just know that when you get to that top of the peak, that outlook, that scenic outlook, that 360 view, it's worth it, correct? And then when you're climbing back down that mountain, it's a whole lot easier. And so that's how we need to keep our mind in meditation. Know that, like water, the current, the tides and the waves, that it's all about ebb and flow. What does my confidence look like? And that's something that you can individually ask yourself. What helps me not to give up? Like I said in the story I just told, it's having that encouragement from the Most High that no matter how tough situations get, no matter how big of a fight it takes, at the end of it, the battle will be won. We have many, many little battles that we fight, but just know that at the end, the war has already been won. I shall. I will pull out a couple cards from Spiritual Oracle. These four fell out together, so don't allow anyone to abuse your power or take it away from you. Remember, you will be treated how you allow others to treat you. So very true. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than you deserve. And that's part of deciphering who you need to be around and who you need to get away from, and what times you need to be interactive, and at what times you need to pull yourself out of the equations. Second card, trust the wait. You are being prepared for your blessings. In order to receive, you have to be ready to receive. Things you are going through now are not random. Trust the flow of the universe. Oh, shell. Love that. It is meant to be. If it is meant to be, it will be. Que sera. You won't have to force, convince, or worry over it. Let it flow. Let it be and let it come to you. You are attracting everything you need. Trust the timing of your life. Divine timing, guys. Fourth card. What areas of your life are you avoiding? Are they causing you upset, worried, disrupted sleep? If so, these are the areas you need to focus on. As much as you don't want to, it is necessary. Tackle your demons head on. Don't allow them to rule you for a second longer. That's right. If it causes confusion, illusion, then you really need to tackle that within yourself. I have found myself to no longer having restless nights or being in anxiety as I go to sleep. I let everything go and I just let God, let it go and let God, because at the end of the day, what can you really do about it? Nothing. Because like I said, the battle has already won, or the war has already been won. We're just fighting little battles right now. And in the midst of fighting those little battles, just know that you are armored up and protected by the Most High as you endure. Everything is working itself out, Divine Tribe. Just allow the waters to flow with ease. I'm going to pull out a couple of numbers, see if any resonate for you. They might be the day of the week, the day of the month, might be your birth sign or somebody else's birth sign. First one is 5. Good changes, you guys. And I love how it's yellow because that's who we are. We are shining bright like the sun. And a lot of us sun babies, we have big changes here. No longer on the way, they're here. All right. We have 7. For me, that's not a good 7. As you see, it's a red card. So that's red flags for me. Also, red flag is 6 for me. Green flag or green light, 6 also for me. Or it might be for you. And 9 in blue. Divine protection. Divine 9. So these numbers could reflect for you, or they might reflect for others around you. I am going to leave it at that, Divine Tribe. I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Please keep those heads up, keep those crowns adjusted, stay 10 toes down. Don't only continue to stand up for yourselves and speak up for yourselves, but allow yourself to be able to reach your hand out or reach your hand backwards to pull somebody out from the darkness that they're going through, that hasn't found their voice quite yet. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.